Hi, this is Matt with Inmate Search Info. Today we're going to be looking at how to find inmates in Michigan. Michigan is one of the states that has a pretty extensive searchable database for inmates. However, if you are trying to find a Michigan inmate from outside the U.S., from a country outside the U.S., it is blocked. So the only way that you're going to be able to get access to this page is using a VPN. If you're not familiar with a VPN or would like to know more about it, or maybe a service that might be available, check out our link in the description. So if you're outside the US, like I say, use a VPN. If you're in the US, you're just going to navigate, agree to the terms and conditions, and continue on. Now, obviously, one of the things that you have to keep in mind with any of these kinds of searches is that you don't want to use the information for any kind of harassment purpose. There's a specific statute for that. The only way they're able to offer this information is if it's not abused. So don't fall afoul of the law yourself using this info for something that would be committing a crime itself. And you also don't want to use this information for any kind of legal decisions such as housing, employment, or credit decisions. There may be others as well. I'm not a lawyer, but please make sure you use this information wisely and appropriately. So I agree to the conditions, and as you see, you have a searchable database where you can do a search by name. You can use the Michigan Department of Corrections number if you happen to have that. That will take you straight to the person that you're looking for. But they do give you kind of a filter for, for sex, for male or female, for race, age, and then you are able to choose whether you want to look for only people who are actively, either in the system in some way, or break it down by only prisoners, only parolees, probationers, those who have been discharged, and then you've got your absconders as well. So if you're not sure of the status of the person that you're looking for, you're not sure where they fall among those different categories, you might just want to change that to all, because the default when you go in is active offenders. We'll just select all just to get a kind of a broad net. One unique thing about the Michigan search is that they do have this scars, marks, or tattoos field as well, which I thought was pretty interesting. I don't think I've seen it on any of the other state inmate searches. So for fun, as much fun as this can be, I stuck Cat in there, just, to see, and we'll use Smith as a last name because we'll get some results from that. So as you can see, we have a list here of all the Smiths, that were in the system, 21 matches. And if we click on, let's say, this first one here, we have obviously a photo, so you're able to see a photo, I guess, a recent photo, or however recently they were in prison, of the person, of the inmate, or previous inmate in this case. Physical description as well, if it's not clear from the photo, and date of birth. And yes, they do give you the image date as well. So if it happens to be something from years ago, you'll know whether, the person may have changed substantially since then. In this case, because this person is out, you have a discharge date. Obviously, the information would be different for those that are in there. And here we have the marks, scars, and tattoos. And as you can see, we have our cat tattoo there. This is one of the more extensive kind of breakdowns I've seen. This person has quite a few tattoos, so she would come up on a few different tattoo type searches. So you are able to get that MDOC, the Michigan Department of Corrections number. That would be helpful for someone who is currently in, this one's an absconder. Let's find somebody who's currently in prison. So again, Ms. Smith. If it is someone who is in a Michigan prison, you do have a link to the prison where they're located, and that's going to give you information on exact location. They even have a little map there, which is good, and a phone number. I don't know. Let's see if they do have visitor information. So that's going to be based on the level. You can see level 2, I think, is what our previous offender was. So I guess different security levels have different rules for visitation. That's all stuff you can learn by going to the site here. And that's your list. I don't think we made it to the prison, the sentences and the actual crimes committed on the previous one. So these are a list they give you of the different crimes committed and what the sentences were. And let's see, some of the states will give you an expected sort of, there we are, earliest release date and then maximum release date. So again, for sort of probation purposes, for parole, things like that, those are dates that would be, potentially helpful to you. So that pretty much covers the Michigan inmate search. For additional resources on Michigan, including other types of offender searches, as well as step-by-step instructions over what we did here today, and the link to this page that we're looking at right now, please visit our link below, inmatesearchinfo.com, in the description, which will give you the link to this and a whole lot more. Thanks so much for watching.